Good morning or evening, wherever you're at in the world. My name is Catherine, and welcome to day 20 of our 30-day challenge. My deepest apologies for the massive technical error for day 19. I had uploaded it and uploaded it and uploaded it and uploaded it so many times. I spent maybe 5 or 6 hours trying to upload it yesterday, and each time it came up error uploading. I went off for a while and then I came back and my phone gave me a message to say the storage was full. I went in to review your videos and all my videos were in my downstairs sitting room, and I deleted day 19 by accident, not realizing that it permanently deletes it before you can check it. And when I went into the recently deleted items, it was not there. So I deleted it. It hadn't uploaded. It still currently says 3 different options of it, error uploading, but I can't even upload those. The only option is to delete it or to cancel the selection that you made. So I'm really sorry day 19 did not upload, but you can choose one of the other days of the previous 18. I didn't have time to go and retake it again. So this is what happens when you're doing it as it is, as it comes. Today is a Friday. My kids are off school. My husband was working. I'm only getting to practice now at 4:45 in the afternoon. One of my kids is having a meltdown across the landing in his bedroom. Daddy's in trying to calm him down so mommy can have some quiet space to do her yoga practice. But this is life. This is why I love yoga, because it gives me a break to step away from that. And the distractions that we hear around us are just something that I practice on inviting in rather than pushing out, and allowing them to be part of the normal. Today's practice, we are going to focus on our hips. We hold a lot of a lot of emotions in our hips. So I really want to work deep into them so that we can release any that we're holding on to. And the focus for our practice today, I want to focus on the word dukkha. Dukkha means suffering. Suffering is something that we all face. And if suffering is something that you don't like, if you find life is really hard and you're just sick of it always being so hard, then it's going to be more difficult to move through. So in my practice, what I practice is accepting suffering. It's a given. You're not going to get through life without some form of suffering. So suffering comes in different ways. It can be mentally suffering, physically suffering, emotionally suffering. There's all different ways it shows up in your body. So take some time. Maybe you're on cloud 9 with life right now and you're happy, positive vibes right now. That's cool. But just know that at some point in time, something will take you down and you will need to move through it and you will need to come back out of it. So that's what this practice is for. It's to embrace the suffering that we face together in life, and know that we can breathe and move through it. So we'll begin seated meditation. Setting yourself up comfortably. You can have a block under you if you like. I want your knees lower than your hips. Your shoulders are relaxed. Crown of the head is lifted high, and close your eyes. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. And on the exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. space at the back of your eyes to be soft. Your tongue is away from the roof of your mouth. And keeping your eyes closed as you move through this practice today. And take the soles of the feet out in front. You can stay on the block or move it off. Not to this way now. You can take your hands to your ankles. Your elbows just give you a little bit of an assist here. So a lot of teachers who teach yin yoga don't believe that you should be assisted in yin yoga, that you should just let your body guide you into the postures. For me personally, in my own practice, I've always really appreciated assists in yin yoga. They've always helped me move further than I ever thought I was capable of moving. So my mind often blocks my body and will tell me, no, I can't go any further. And with the gentle assist of somebody in class, I would be able to move further and remove that belief in my body. So if you don't like to do assists, you don't have to. But if you want to, you can take your elbows and press them into your knees and just little rocks. As you inhale, pull the head and away from the pelvis. And as you exhale, let your chest just fall a little bit forward. So in our yin practice, we're going to hold a pose for a while. I have my phone or my watch to keep an eye on the time. So you can just be fully with the experience. And because we're holding it for such a long period of time, you don't want to go all the way to your edge. You can go and check out what the edge kind of feels like for a breath, and then you want to back way off. And then you want to find the space that you feel sensation but not pain. And it's in that space where we work towards that stillness. Breathing into what we're feeling, drowning the sensation in our breath. Exhaling, releasing, and letting it go. You can let the head hang if you want. Let the upper body drop and round a little bit more. If you've got no low back problems, if you have any issues with herniated discs, you want to keep your spine long and straight. If you ask me why, I don't really know the answer, but that's what's written in the book, so I tend to say it because I don't want to hurt anybody. That's not the intention behind the yoga practice. If it feels nice for you to round your body and you have got a sore lower back, well then that's different. You can look into it yourself, do your own research. This practice really opens us up to that suffering, that dukkha, and lets us experience discomfort. And then we stay in the discomfort without needing to rush out of it. We learn how to breathe, how to relax, and how to be fully present in a situation that might not be very pleasant. Slowly begin to lift your body all the way up. Taking your hands behind, soles of the feet come to the floor, and just windshield wiper your legs side to side. Let that travel through the body. And then we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold, which is called a straddle in yin. I was getting confused for a minute. I was like, saddle? No, saddle's different. I'm going to remove any extra fleshy bits. Roll your thighs open. Feeling it really deep into the groin, the adductors, the hamstrings. Let your feet be relaxed, your legs relaxed. You might get here and be like, okay, I feel it. It's good for me. And stay there. And if you want more, I've been yawning a lot the last few days. You can take a bolster or a pillow or some cushions and just rest over it. However feels comfortable for you in your body. Breathing in through your nose, inhaling. And you can sigh, exhale out of your mouth. Noticing if on each exhale, your body opens up and allows you to move a little bit deeper. One of my favorite things to say in these practices is to allow the center of your forehead connect to something. Because that pressure on the center of the forehead sends a signal through your body that it's okay and you can relax. So I'm going to relax here for a few minutes because it feels super juicy. And I hope you can too. slowly begin to lift your body all the way back up, taking your time so that you can process and digest everything that you're feeling. Begin to take the left leg around to the right, onto the top of the mat. We're going to move into a forward fold with the legs together. So if you like, you can place a cushion under the legs. You can have a bolster on the legs, something for you to lean over. My personal favorite is to wrap my arms under my legs, and I sometimes hold and support my shins, and then my elbows kind of support me and they don't let me go too far. You want to walk your sit bones back as you inhale, lengthen through your spine, and exhale, you melt forward. With each exhale, really feel your body release any of that tension or tightness that is keeping you stuck. Maybe you're holding it in your jaw. Just wiggle your jaw, let it go.
This is probably one of my favorite poses to do in the entire yoga series. I just love it so much. I feel it work from my heels, through the back of my legs, my glutes, along my spine, my shoulders, and into my head. I wish I could stay here for an entire class and then see what happens when I sit back up, but we won't do that today. And slowly taking our time to digest. Lift your body all the way back up. Making whatever movements you need to absorb it. Soles and feet on the floor. Your windshield wipering the legs side to side. And then we're going to come into shoelace pose. If you know shoelace pose, you can just cross your legs, bring your heels back to your hips, and set yourself up. If shoelace pose is a little bit tricky for you, you can come to all fours, cross the left knee behind the right knee. So you're crossing them. And then send your feet out to opposite sides of the mat. Sink your bum back in between your heels. And you want to have your heels drawing towards your hips. Oh, wow. It has probably been about at least 8 or 9 months since I've done this pose. And I tell you, my body can feel it. So you're going to breathe here. Sitting up nice and tall. If this is enough for you, if you want to fold forward, you can fold your body forward over your legs. I don't want to today. I want to stay seated and see if I can find a place to let my body relax here. I'm feeling it in both hips. I'm feeling it in my ankles. A little bit in my left knee, but it doesn't feel like it's my knee. It feels like it's pulling from my left hip flexor. So I'm just going to let it settle for a minute. Just breathe. If it gets too intense, I can always extend the left leg straight out and just keep the right knee bent in. But all of it feels just like sensation. None of it feels like pain. Can you let your eyes be soft? I need to extend the left leg. And that's what this practice is about, is honoring where you're at in your body in this moment today. And slowly begin to lift your body up. If you are folded over, you can extend your legs frontally and your hands back. Maybe you windshield wipe your legs side to side. Let that move through you. And then make your way into the opposite side. You can come to it from all fours again. This time crossing the right leg behind the left. Sending the feet to the opposite edges of the mat. Sitting your bum back onto your sit bones. Your heels drawing towards your hips. Sitting up nice and tall. You want to work towards getting one knee stacked on top of the other. Again, this might feel like a lot for you. Share those for me. If you want, you can fold your body forward. I'm going to stay seated and just breathe through whatever I'm feeling, because it's a lot. Again, if it's really intense, you can extend the right leg straight out in front. It gets to a point where stillness is no longer an option, then you've gone too far. So come back, reset, find your breath, and then dive back in slowly. Can you dive slowly? This requires a lot more for me to be still. So I'm just acknowledging that. Slowly coming all the way back up. Taking your hands behind, feet out in front. Windshield wiping the legs side to side if that feels good. And then we'll come lay on your back. You're going to take your right ankle, cross it over your left knee. No, wait, sorry, we'll go the other way. Left ankle, cross it over your right knee. Staying here if this is enough for you. If you want to take it deeper, thread the left hand. Excuse me, it's getting late in the day. Left hand through the triangle center in your legs. Right hand around the side, holding onto the back of the thigh. And again, that just gives you leverage to press the left elbow into the left thigh, moving into this shape a little bit deeper. Let your right leg hang heavy with your heel just hanging out. Press your left elbow into your left thigh to open up into the left hips a little bit more. You can use a strap. If you feel like you're getting stuck somewhere, you can maybe make a few little adjustments. If you can hear all the commotion downstairs in my house, and our Nana Joy has just showed up. The kids are super excited for her to come over and see them. And they're trying to keep them quiet because Mama's upstairs doing yoga. It's very sweet and heartwarming. Releasing that left side. Moving the legs side to side if you need to in between. Let it go. Taking the opposite side. Right heel onto the left knee. Thread the right hand through the thighs. And then the left hand on the other side of the left thigh. Clasping them together. Let that left heel hang heavy. Right elbow just presses gently into the right knee just to help it stay opening out a little bit as you draw the right heel in towards the left shoulder. I feel like for Saturday and Sunday's practice tomorrow and the day after for day 21 and 22, they're both going to be yin practices. I'm going to aim to wake before my children do. And I think I should probably focus on the hips because mine feel very sticky, which I think a lot of people do when we sit more than we like. If we're at an office or if we're at our sofa or at the kitchen table, we're not moving as much. We get bound up in this area, so it's important for us to really spend some time on them. Go deep through layer after layer. slowly begin to release the right leg onto the floor. Windshield wipe your legs side to side. And then extend them all the way out into our final Shavasana. Allow your front body fall heavier into your back body. The space at the back of your eyes becomes softer, and your tongue moves away from the roof of your mouth.
Today's reading, November 20th. Let yourself play. How long has it been since you played? How long has it been since you played at your life and had fun with it? Our imaginations are so delightful when we're young. Watch a child sit in the middle of a floor and build a castle with blocks. Watch a child play. Any object can be anything, and anything can be fun. Life can pound that out of us if we let it. Breathe life back into your imagination and come back to life. Let yourself see dragons in clouds, and leprechauns in trees, and velvet in a rose. Imagine what it'd be like to grab a handful of cloud, then touch a tree, and put the rose to your cheek. Let your imagination come alive. Play the game of what if. What if anything could be anything? What if life could be fun? I take my hands to my heart center and I bow to you for sharing this journey. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.